Hello everyone. Hello everyone. Tonva Legend 826 here. I wanted to talk to you about the 13th episode of the 10th season of The Walking Dead. It was called What We Become, and this is the last episode that Michonne is going to be on the TV series because Denai Guerrera, you know, the actress that plays Michonne, said season 10 will be her last season, and this is her final episode on the show, and it's a pretty heartbreaking goodbye. And I don't want to give away any spoilers, but let's just say that the ending, while it may not be the ending we want to see, it's an ending that will satisfy us for sure. You know, since this is Michonne's last episode on the TV show. So anyway, Michonne was helping Virgil to this island to find his family, and when they arrive, Michonne finds out that his family is dead. Michonne is of course upset and angry because he couldn't have been bothered to tell her this before. He only told her when they reached there. He should have said something about it before, in her opinion. But I think Virgil was really heartbroken about his family, and who can blame him? It's the apocalypse. When you lose your family in such a gruesome manner, I'm sure you'd eventually lose your sanity and your mind altogether. But anyway, yeah, Virgil and Michonne were talking. Michonne was upset about that, of course. They were walking through a garden. Michonne, of course, didn't like the fact that Virgil was kept stalling and everything, because he just kept like rambling on and on. So Virgil led Michonne to this room apparently, and then I think Michonne passed out or something. She drank something or whatever, and then when she woke up, she found out that she was in a cell, and there was like three other people hiding there. Then she finds out that he was like hiding people because he missed his family and something, and he wanted to find people that would stay with him, that wouldn't leave him. So he locked them in that cell. Of course, if you go crazy when you lose people, just like the governor. When he lost his daughter, he went crazy about afterwards. He went completely psychopath. But anyways, the other three people, of course, are extremely pissed that they were locked inside that room. Because they didn't like the fact that Virgil kept them there and everything. So Michonne was, of course, trying to reason with Virgil, tell him that what he was doing, he shouldn't be doing and everything, and she says stuff like, "Your family must be really proud of you and everything." And no doubt she was upset. Don't blame her. I would have felt the same exact way if I was in that position myself. And we also see archive footage from previous episodes, like we see Michonne and Rick meeting for the first time. We see flashbacks of Michonne, helping Andrea. So we saw footage of Andrea from season 3. We saw archive footage of Glenn. When they killed the people from that Savior outpost. We saw flashbacks with Negan. We saw a temporary evil Michonne. Even though it was only a hallucination, it was pretty interesting to see evil Michonne. We got to see, Michonne with the others from the Alexandrian group. They're all lined up like sitting on the ground, waiting for Negan to execute his victim, which we all know. Abraham and later Glenn. We already know this, of course, from season 7. So anyways, we see all these hallucinations and all these flashbacks. We see Michonne talking with Sadiq, in a hallucination, because Sadiq was saying that he let him die, and he let Carl die, he let Rick die. Okay, Rick didn't die. We all know this, but Michonne doesn't know that until this episode. Because she finds Rick's clothes, and I think she found his boots, and then she confronted Virgil, screaming, where he was and everything. So that Michonne, that's the hint that Michonne gets that Rick is still alive out there somewhere. So Michonne helps the other three people escape from that room. All right, and when they do, they all wanted to kill Virgil. Can't say I blame them. And then Michonne says to spare his life because if they kill him, they won't be any better than him. Plus, it won't satisfy them completely. They have to show mercy, to be good people, to prove that they're not like the rest, So anyways, Michonne and Virgil, are heading to find Rick. Michonne calls Judith and RJ, but then Judith tells her to go ahead on their quest. I was wondering for a little bit, who would take care of Judith and RJ with Rick gone and Carl dead and Michonne now leaving. It made me wonder who was going to take care of Judith. Then I realized that, maybe Daryl will take care of her, maybe Rosita will, maybe Carol will. Although Carol doesn't really have a good track record of adopting kids, because they all wind up dead. But anyways, Judith is tough. She can take care of herself, and she'll be fine as far as we know. So anyways, yeah. So Michonne heads off with Virgil to this island to find Rick. Because after all, she gets a hint that maybe Rick is still out there alive and somewhere. And then we see the end of the episode, Michonne killing walkers. You notice there weren't that many kills in this episode, though. Oh, even when killing walkers, there weren't that many kills taking place on screen. And yeah, so she finds these other people from this island. They all she finds a bunch of people on this island. Like, we have no idea who these people are, but I think that'll be revealed in the movies. That shows them that might indicate that Michonne might appear in the Walking Dead films, and we might find out there. So it pretty much leaves us with a satisfying ending. Luckily, Michonne doesn't die, but it allows her to give the chance to probably reunite with Rick, and allows the possibility of them possibly returning in the future, maybe. Maybe not as a regular, but maybe as a guest character in the very last episode of The Walking Dead, whenever that is. So yeah, those are my thoughts about the episode. A pretty good, satisfying conclusion for Michonne. A decent farewell. And I saw the promo for the next episode, which shows like Carol putting Alpha's head in the sticks. So it's pretty interesting to see how that'll turn out. I think Eugene might be meeting that person he was talking to on that phone. Also, you notice the Talking Dead episode was done via video cam because of the coronavirus and everything, because like the groups of travel, all TV shows, everything has been postponed because of the virus, because the threats of dying and everything. So of course everything has to be put on hold until then. But it was a good episode in my opinion. I enjoyed it, and it was a satisfying farewell from Michonne. But those are my thoughts on The Walking Dead season 10 episode 13, What We Become. That satisfying episode, like, for Michonne, reflecting on all their achievements since she first arrived in season 3, and everything that's taken place since then. But that's just my personal thoughts about the episode. Tonville Legend, 826 out.